Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 3, Episode 5, and today I just couldn't resist, so we're back for our personal rivalry again. For the second time this season we play Hemel Hempstead and we hope to complete the double over them. I was expecting this to be quite a detailed episode, going through the whole of January and most of February. I thought there'd be plenty of transfer business considering we had some of our budget left. We've actually had absolutely nothing at all. We're just clinging on in 7th place. You can see we're level on points with Hemel Hempstead and we're separated by just one goal on goal difference. So we couldn't really be much closer in truth. You can see from the finances on the right of the screen here, we made a profit this season so far of 130,000. So I don't know why our director of football won't spend that £800 a week just to get me one or two quality players that can hopefully cement a place in this top 7. You can see from 4th all the way down to 11th, it's anyone's game, just 5 points separating the 8 teams, and I'm very fearful of us missing out purely because we haven't quite got the squad depth. So although we haven't had any transfer news since the last episode, we were quite excited beforehand with some of the players that had come in during the first half of the season. You can see one of the things we are proud about in the league is we've only lost the 7 games, which is the 4th best record in the league. And although we're drawing a few too many, we still look like we're very hard to beat. And that's all I can ask from these lads. Don't forget, we were trying to secure survival with 3 games to go last year when we joined the club in a relegation battle. So we've done an absolutely remarkable job. And our pre-season prediction of 12th, we should definitely finish above that. The only other thing you'll see on the home screen is plenty of mentions for Seika Jatta. We're the 3rd highest goal scorers in the league as a club, and Jatta is a key part of that with 32 goals, which is just over half of our total. If we go and have a look at him, he's still nothing special technically, a 3-star player with 4-star potential, but he's not really developing too much off the pitch. But his rating, 29 goals in 30 games, a 7.44 overall and 6 assists as well. To be involved in more than a goal a game is fantastic, and we were a bit sceptical when he was a favoured personnel player when we got here, but we're starting to see exactly why here. I'm not sure if he's moved up since. He hasn't, he's still in there, and he's been joined by Papi Gay actually. But I have no doubts that he'll be moving up that list sooner rather than later, particularly if he stays with the club a bit longer. The one negative we have got in this save, and in fact both of our stories at the same time, is that our owner is looking to leave. We've been under a transfer embargo a couple of times, but it's fallen through. And to be honest, I could normally manage that frustration in one career, but when it's happening in both around the same time, it is very difficult to take. We haven't been under embargo for the last month though, so there's no excuse for no transfers there. We've obviously got Maidenhead, our local rivals, who are up there in the top 7 with us, and they've been one of the most active teams in the league, so I'm a bit concerned we might lose out to them this season. But on to the results, that's the only other thing we want to focus on before. You were with me for that Dulwich Hamlet game at the start of January, a heavy 4-2 defeat where we didn't look particularly good after a long unbeaten run, but we expected to lose against the top of the table side. We bounced straight back against Bromley in the FA Trophy, a brilliant 4-3 win, a late turnaround after going 3-2 behind, Charles and Jarvis combining to get 3 of the 4 goals in a rare appearance together up front. But we did lose the following game in the National League South against Dartford, another team that are right up there. I think they're 2nd or 3rd at the minute. They're 3rd. They're the 3 teams that are well clear of the rest. And it was a narrow 1-0 defeat, but it could have been a lot more in truth. However, we did get back to winning ways again just after that. Another high-scoring, bizarre game, 5-4 at Eastbourne this time. And who popped up with the 90th minute winner? Of course it was Seika Jatta. After going a goal behind, he put us 3-1 up. They got back into the game and we got a late goal. And even then, Dan Walker made it nervy in the 93rd minute. A former Luton player who got a brace against us in that one. But a win nonetheless, and it kept us in the playoffs, followed by a very boring 1-0 home win against Canvey Island, which to be honest was quite appreciated after the run beforehand. A dull 1-0, we didn't look like conceding a goal at any point, and Max McCarker eventually off the bench to secure the win for us. Probably the most disappointing result of the season is away at Gosport, a team that are well in the bottom half. We lost 2-1, we went 2-1 down late on after a really nothing game. I would have been quite happy if it had finished 0-0. Jatta tried to give us a chance in stoppage time, but it was too late, and unfortunately we went down there. But we did play in the FA Trophy and put up a really good fight against Maidstone the following game. You can see a 91st minute own goal from Rossi, our backup centre-half, denied us a well-deserved replay. Our backup team largely put in a great effort against the top National League side. I know we mentioned in our Torquay save they're in the Football League. In this one they're not, but they're 3rd in the National League, so they could well be there after 3 seasons. A really good side in game who maybe even are slightly overpowered. But we put up one hell of a fight. And thankfully we then avoided defeat away at Oxford City in our last game. A 1-1 draw, Jatta again with the goal as always. Ironically in that game, both goals came in the 20th minute, within just 30 or 40 seconds of each other, and after that there was absolutely no action for the rest of the game. So let's get into this one. We're at home to Hemel Hempstead. It's going to be a fairly even game. You can see they're slight favourites based on the quality of their side, and they have been in better form than us as well, to be fair. I presume they've still got the hero of Jake Scrimshaw up front. Let's see if we can combat that with our 11 today. We've finally decided on a centre-half partnership, and we've gone with the strongest two. Batten's usually the best player out of the three centre-halves, but he's just popping up with some of the most ridiculous own goals you'll ever see, and as a result I got a bit frustrated with him, and I'm giving the two that are rated the best a chance now. We'll also do our quick check-in on Brandon Kane, the young player who came through at the club. Obviously by the next episode we should have our youth intake for this season, but at the moment our hopes still rest on this lad. He is improving, although probably not quite at the rate we'd like. He's made 19 appearances in a league, but only one of those were starts. So if he can push on, we can start to give him more opportunities towards the end of the season, and more importantly next year. He keeps training fantastically, and as long as he does that, I'm sure he'll get the rewards eventually. He's still on the bench today as usual, as we go for our first choice 11. The only controversial topic here at the minute is whether we play Pappy Gay or Aaron Jarvis. I'm trying to give the youngster Jarvis a chance. One, because he was a hero for us at Hemel Hempstead in that first half a season before we got sacked. He's in the same position as us, and it's the one ingredient we didn't have last time earlier in the season. Aaron Jarvis is also a former player there, who'll be looking to get some revenge. And he's one of the few players who's in high spirits after our recent run, largely because he's been getting a couple of goals, particularly in the FA Trophy. And now he's getting a run in the team too, so hopefully he'll repay my faith. So the line-up in full is Freeman in goal. We've got Dearman and Atkinson at full-back with Okadina and McGowan in the middle. Redding and Daly are the wingers with Ramirez and Makaka in central midfield, and Jarvis partners Seika Jatta up front, who hopefully will add to his one-a-game goal tally as we go into this one. We've mentioned Kane and Gay are on the bench, Batten's there as well, and Bridge and James make up the five names. Let's get into the game and hope we can do the double over this side. There's no side I want to beat more in the rest of this series than Hemel Hempstead. After what they did in the first season, it set us back for probably 2 seasons until we joined Slough Town, and largely led to our disastrous spell in Northern Ireland. We can see their playmaker from last year, Jordan Parks, gets about 24 assists I think it was the previous season, but he's playing at left back today. Normally a central midfielder by trade. We're the underdog, so we're going to get him to go and cause an upset, and fingers crossed we can pull something off. But Scrimshaw's up front for them, and he's still one of the top scorers in the league, so we do have to be very careful with him. They've got Josh McCoy, the former Luton and Northern Ireland international, on the right hand side, and on the left they've got Martin, who did well for us. We've cleared the ball away, and it looks a little bit slow for some reason. It hasn't changed, it just looks slow there, but Jatta's in behind, finds Jarvis in the middle, and after 30 seconds... the selection dilemma comes good. We picked Jarvis over Gay. He got in behind, and on the end of a Jatta cross, who provides another assist to be involved in another goal in another game. Atkinson with a throw in which Makaka loses out. Chivers coming forward for them. He gets it to the right hand side to Hallchurch, the fullback. We can't see the touchline, so we're just going to scroll out a little bit so we can see from further away. Chivers on the edge of the box. It's blocked to McCoy. McCoy from the right tries to cross, but it's blocked behind for a corner, and we survive for now. The one thing I have noticed with the home games this year, where we mentioned earlier in the season that we've been forced to move grounds, this one's nearly all terracing and doesn't look quite as good. If you go and look in real life, because Slough have been involved in some FA Cup exploits in recent weeks, they've got a really nice ground. It is quite a good stadium with a good few seats and a nice little stand across the pitch from the dugouts. So if you go and have a look at that, it's really nice. But on this game, where we've been forced to move stadiums, it's not quite the same quality. King with the ball down left for Hemel Hempstead as our counter-attack gets snuffed out. I'm going to have to zoom in. I know we can't see the touchline, but I don't want the picture to be that far away. McCoy puts it in towards them, but Daly clears away. Martin's in the 6-yard box and scores a volley. McCoy has been brilliant in this game, and as he sets up that goal, we finally get the warning to close him down. You can't say they haven't deserved to get back in level terms, and with 15 minutes gone, they've done exactly that. We've got a throw-in on the left-hand side. Dearman takes it to Redding. Back to Dearman again, who crosses to the back post. Jarvis with the header, but it's just over the bar. And with half an hour gone, it's 1-1. Hemel Hempstead coming forward again now. They're starting to really dominate this game. Having said that, we've still had the only clear-cut chance, but King shoots from the edge and it's blocked. Redding clears the ball away long to Jarvis. Jarvis is fouled and it's a free kick. Great hold-up play by the big man there. McGowan will take it. He goes long over the top. It's headed away by Parks. It's flicked on again, but as far as Atkinson at right back. He goes for the long ball up towards Jarvis, but it's blocked easily. And Chivers will bring it over halfway for Hemel Hempstead. McCoy on the right, cutting inside. The danger man so far for them. King gets it to Martin, another one of the players that was here when we were at the start of season 1. McClenaghan out to Hallchurch, the right back. Most of these players we've never heard of, but Martin is one we have, and obviously Jordan Parks was there too. We wouldn't know who Scrimshaw was if it wasn't for the Torquay save, so in this universe, technically we'd never heard of him. Atkinson clears it towards Jarvis. He tries to flick it on for Jatta, but the highlight ends. It's a goal kick for Hemel Hempstead. We're getting lots of highlights and they're pretty much all for Hemel. It's cleared long down the left-hand side and flicked on. Chivers, who's starting to get a bit more into the game. McClenaghan back to Chivers again on the edge. McClenaghan playing a 1-2, goes out to King. King comes into the blocks. It's blocked to Martin and it's gone behind for a goal kick off one of the centre-halves. I think it was McGowan in the end. And it's another corner for Hemel Hempstead. Parks will take it as always, delivering that in-swinger from the left-hand side. Ogle's up but Dearman heads away. King gets it back into Martin on the right flank. Into McCoy, it's blocked. Daly clears long and Chivers will bring it back downfield. McCarker wins the header and it's away. And finally the highlight ends and we get a bit of respite. It's King again in the middle. Jarvis with a fantastic tackle. And now Daly on the counter gets Jatta in with a long ball. Jatta on the edge finds Jarvis. Has a go first time. It's a great save by Latham. And it's behind for a corner to us. What a fantastic counter-attack. Started by that long ball from Daly. It's in towards McCarker and headed away. Redding 35 yards out, down to the left-hand side for McCarker. Flicks inside for Chivers, who heads it straight back to him. McCarker into Jatta, who can have the shot, but he's too slow and it's cleared away from him. McGowan gets it to the right-hand side, but the highlight ends. And now it's straight with Hemel Hempstead again. An absolutely end-to-end end to this half. King with the shot from 25 yards. It's tipped wide by Freeman and it's a corner to Hemel Hempstead yet again. Parks with an in-swinging corner. He's delivering it towards the back post as normal. Scrimshaw has a free header. Beats Jarvis in the air, but it's straight at the keeper, Freeman. Atkinson with a throw into Jarvis. Flicks it onto Daly. Can he get the cross and he can't? It's cleared by Parks to Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw on the counter for Hemel Hempstead to McClenaghan in the centre circle. Switches it inside to Chivers. Chivers running at the defence 20 yards out. He's coming to the box and McCarker clears, but only as far as King. McClenaghan, 25 yards. He's gone to the right-hand side. Hallchurch has lost Redding and can deliver a cross. Goes back again to the edge of the box for King. King with the shot and it's comfortably wide. And we survive again, but we really need half-time now. A minute to go and it's 1-1. That's the break then. They've definitely had the better of the game, but we're holding on for a point at this time, and that would be a good result. It keeps us above them in the league. We're going to tell them to keep doing what they're doing. We don't want to say they're disappointing because we're in really low confidence after a couple of poor results. Just 1 point from 3 games. I know there was an FA Trophy ties. We get in from the centre kick, but Jatta was offside, and I thought it was too good to be true. We've got a corner on the left-hand side with Dearman. Out to the back post, it's straight at Latham, and he claims comfortably. Latham with a goal kick for Hemel Hempstead, long over the top, which Scrimshaw knocks down for McClenaghan. Scrimshaw again to the right, but Redding intercepts. In behind for Jatta, who beats the centre-half to it. We've got Jarvis in the middle, but it's headed away. McCarker on the edge goes for the shot. Oh, it hit the bottom of the post. I thought it was tipped wide, but it was a great effort, and off the post it went, and out for a goal kick. Now Hemel are at the other end with a corner, and it's headed away. But as far as King, still in our half on the left-hand side. Ogle inside to Goodman. Goodman to McCoy on the edge again. Back to Parks, the playmaker for King. King shot blocked, but it falls to Martin on the edge. Parks gets it to King. McClenaghan into McCoy on the edge and they're going back again, but they're starting to dominate possession in that middle of the pitch here. McClenaghan finds Chivers and they play the 1-2. McCoy loses out to Dearman and clears away, and hopefully he can win the second one as well. But it's still Hemel with McClenaghan, and the highlight ends as the danger passes. They've got another corner, an outswinger from Parks, up from Ogle and it's in. There you go, we couldn't hold on for any longer. We've been really poor in this second half so far. We're going to demand more because it's not been good enough. But we're just not quite the same quality of side. And once we're missing 1 or 2 players, or 1 or 2 are having an off day, we don't have the same quality of team. We're relying on Jatta so much, and he can't save us in every game. Hallchurch heads the ball away comfortably, and it's brought away by Hemel Hempstead with Chivers again. Coming over halfway, he's got no pressure on him at all out to McCoy. McCoy with the delivery, there's 3 in the middle, Martin with a free header, but it's straight at Freeman. We've got a corner this time with Dearman. In-swinger towards Okadina. Headed off the line. He hit the bar, but then Daly knocks it in on the line. He's there. He's in the right place at the right time. Standing on the post. And just taps it in from a yard for 2-2. Very much not deserved, but again we'll take it. And we've got another corner now with Dearman. McCarker goes up but loses out. Redding's got the ball on the edge of the box. Scrimshaw runs away from him for some reason. Okadina loses out, and now they're on the counter again with McCoy, and they've got a 3-on-3 now if they can do it early, but they haven't. McCoy with a wonderful ball though. Martin with the header, and it's just over. What a cross from McCoy, and he's rolled back the years there to the days when he was a Northern Ireland international. Ramirez knocks the ball down for Jarvis, who loses out, starting to look a bit tired now. Okadina heads away to Makaka, who flicks it on. Jarvis gets there first, shoots from the edge when he really could have laid in Jatta, and it's deflected behind for a corner kick, but on the hour mark we're starting to look a bit more promising. Dearman with an outswinging corner towards Okadina, loses out in the air where he's not great in truth. Redding gets the ball down the line to Daly. Daly's got two in the middle, but he's offside. He isn't, in fact, it was just a really poor control, and it's out for a goal kick. Freeman with the ball down pitch to Ramirez. Ramirez finds Makaka out to the right hand side to Daly. We had a warning to close someone down, so we'll do that. Daly's cross is blocked, but it deflects awkwardly towards the near post, and Latham had to tip it wide. And another corner comes in with Dearman. Okadina's up at the back post, loses out to King yet again. McCoy on the right hand side, and they've got men running on the overlap. Hallchurch finds McCoy again. Can they come over halfway line and start to counter us now? Over the top towards Chivers. McGowan knocks it down. Ramirez deals with it, but it was offside, and the highlight ends at 2-2. Coming up to the last 20 minutes, we will make some subs in a second. Scrimshaw loses out in the air to Okadina. Jarvis is challenged in his own half, and that's poor. Luckily, the through ball wasn't great, and Jarvis could recover in the end. King gets the ball out to McCoy, and now Chivers. Chivers on the edge, it deflects, and Atkinson clears. Jatta's got it on halfway, goes over the top, but Jarvis won't get there. We're into the last 20, and let's make those subs. Just over a quarter of an hour to go. We've got a nervous Ramirez who's not really fit at all. It's not the right game for Kane, so we're going to bring on Bridge. I'm just seeing which role he's better in. We're going to switch Bridge as a box-to-box midfielder, and Makaka's going to go in as a defensive central midfielder. It just seems to work better as a combination. On the left, we're going to bring on James for another nervous playing in Reading. Two youngsters who are really quite nervy a lot of the time, and just to try and shake things up front, Jarvis's rating has gradually gone down since his goal, and he has given the ball away a few times in the second half. So we're going to get Gay on up front, plenty of energy, and a good target man who can hopefully win some flick-ons. Freeman gets the ball up long towards Daly on the right. It's headed away as far as Martin. Just under 15 on the clock now as he goes long to Makaka. Bridge in the centre circle, just trying to get over halfway. Lovely switch of play out to James, the other substitute in midfield. On the left and the edge of the box, goes all the way back to Okadina in his own half. Long over the top. Hallchurch will get there, but his clearance doesn't even reach the edge of the box. It falls down for Gay after a couple of deflections. Into Bridge. Great save by Latham again, and it's cleared away. Atkinson at right, back inside to Bridge. Bridge has got the ball. Who can he find? He gives it away to Martin. It's really poor. He goes over the top for Scrimshaw, but it's cleared away. That was probably the best chance we're going to get, and the keeper made another good save. Scrimshaw up front holds the ball up. King gives it away to Makaka. Jatta's in one-on-one as the defender misjudges it, and he's just passed it back to Latham. Oh, Jatta doesn't miss chances like that normally, but this is 2 episodes in a row where he's missed a few, and that one really should have been the winner in a game where we really didn't deserve it. Ogle with the ball out to the left-hand side. Now it's Martin inside to Diamond, Chivers, McClenaghan. They're just passing it around those three in midfield. Martin's got the shot in, but it's deflected behind by Okadina. And now we've got to defend another corner, something we've not done particularly well with our small side in this game. They're delivering the in-swinger with Parks. To the back post towards Martin, who wins the header, but Freeman comes and claims brilliantly from the head of a couple of Hemel Hempstead players. Will he get the clearance downfield? The highlight doesn't look like ending. We've still got a few warnings to close people down. He tried to get Jatta in behind, but Makaka wins it for Gay. Jatta finds Gay again. He's got a runner. Gay shoots from the edge. What a fantastic strike that is. Into the far corner. The keeper had absolutely no chance. And after a bit of a goal drought, Gay gets his 15th of the season, and he might well find his way into the starting lineup after that one. A wonderful strike, and we'll go to our usual time wasting tactics in a minute if we need to. Banton over the top for Martin though, and they could equalise before that. Back to Diamond on the edge. Another good effort, but Freeman makes the save. A minute and a half of normal time to go. We're going to get onto our time wasting as much as possible. In transition, we want to slow things down. We don't want to go quite as wide. We'll stick narrow for now. Even when we're attacking with width, we don't want them to get too out of position if they lose it. Out of possession, I don't think there's anything we can do. We're already on the most disciplined tactics we can find with a fairly deep defensive line. A minute of normal time to go, and fingers crossed we can hold on. Atkinson with a free kick into the box, which is blocked. Jatta on the right wing now out to McGowan. McGowan's got Jatta down the line again. Can he find someone? He does. It's Daly on the edge of the box. Inside, beats his man, shoots, but it's straight at Latham, and that's comfortable in the end. And we're coming into stoppage time with a narrow lead. We don't deserve it, but if we could do the double over Hemel Hempstead, I'd be so happy. Walsh, one of our signings again on the right hand side. I say our signings, it was the director of football, but he joined while we were at the club in season 1. Diamond from the edge shoots and it's wide, and we're going to switch to cautious just for a minute or two. Once we get towards the end of stoppage time, we'll go as defensive as we can. A long clearance down the pitch by Freeman is cleared away and Parks at left back into Diamond. In the centre circle they go over the top and Okadina heads away for the umpteenth time. And now they've got a goal kick again with just a minute and a half. The goalkeeper's taking it. It's a free kick outside the box, Gay gets the ball to Jatta and now Bridge. A good challenge on him and now the keeper's come out of his box to play it long. It's found Martin on the right hand side. Where's the fullback? He's on defensive and he's not there, but Atkinson clears brilliantly. I don't know why he's in the box. He should be at right back there, preventing the cross in the first place. Walsh tries to get on the end of the long ball, but Makaka has been an absolute stalwart today. Jatta gets it back to James and Makaka. Makaka into Jatta in their half. Over the top towards Gay, but Parks will get there easily, and he clears away as far as Hallchurch. James wins it back in the air though for Makaka. I know he's not going to get man of the match because of Gay's goal and rating, but Makaka has been the best player on the pitch for me. Diamond with a clearance down the right hand side. Okadina will clear it away. Just 10 seconds left now. Makaka again in the middle to Bridge. Gay holds it up again. Brilliant play. Jatta doesn't get on the end of it, but the whistle goes, and we didn't really deserve it over the whole game, but towards the end we were brilliant, and a fantastic Pappy Gay strike ensures us the double over the side that sacked us early in season 1. They didn't give us a chance, Slough Town did, and we're recovering our career here, and we're the side that's going to deny them a playoff place. I'm absolutely delighted about that, and I'm sure Aaron Jarvis is as well with his early goal. After they refused to extend his loan after season 1, he went the same way as me and was just sacked off by the club. But we've both got our revenge today. We stay in the top 7, probably undeservedly, and Hemel Hempstead fall away in the chasing pack. You can see they're down to 9th. They're 3 points off us now, and a point behind Wealdstone and Chippenham, who are 7th and 8th respectively. We'll very quickly look at what they said about the game. We come from behind to win, but it was a fairly even match and we didn't deserve to win it in truth. I'm going to take you to the schedule. I won't promise when we're going to come back because we've got a bit of a weird situation in April. There's 6 games before the end of the season there, including that game on the 1st of May, and they're all against sides in the top 12. So depending on how things go over the next month or so, any of those could be playoff rivals, or we could be completely out of the picture by then. You've obviously got our youth intake to look forward to in the next one as well. And there's plenty of action going on in the other story part of the furniture with Torquay United tomorrow. But that will be all for this episode. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of that performance and result. Do you think I'll get the youth intake I want? I'm not sure that it's going to be another good year based on the fact that Brandon Kane came in last season and they haven't got the best recruitment and facilities overall, so it might be a tricky spell and I might be getting too optimistic. But not having that luxury in the Torquay save yet, I want to make the most of every youth intake we can get. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager content from my 2 FM19 stories. This one, The Head Coach, where we're heading towards a dramatic climax in Season 3, finally for the right reasons as we chase a playoff place. And my other series, Part of the Furniture, the One Club Challenge with Torquay United. But a massive thanks for watching this one as always, and we'll see you next time.